Good evening. It is Friday night and chilling at home, checking SARS. Thank you all for joining me tonight. It's been a crazy day. A lot of stuff going on and a few things I want to touch on. I had kind of this whole stream and show planned out, and then I didn't coordinate with Will. I didn't coordinate with Peter. And Will went out for the night. I think he's partying somewhere, being the degenerate that he is. Actually, I have no idea what he's doing. Peter I think he's racing this weekend, so I don't know where he is either, but I still wanted to talk about some things. So, check it, everyone. Hope you guys are doing good. You know, the thing that I've been thinking about all day, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I'm going to play it. If you guys haven't seen the video of the UN delegates walking out on Bibi. Number one, shit was hilarious. Number two, it got me really thinking about, like, it's literally the world against just a couple countries. Last week, the UN, the delegates from all over the world, they got together and they came up with something called the New York Declaration. And the New York Declaration, basically what they said was that it condemned both sides. So it said, hey, the violent actions of Hamas, bad. The destructive military campaign of Israel, bad. Let's do a permanent ceasefire, release the hostages, let's disarm Hamas, and let's make a pathway to a two-state solution. Let's stop the fucking fighting. Let's stop killing people. Let's stop killing women and children. 142 countries voted for this. Said, hey, do you know what? We agree. There needs to be a pathway to make this thing end. 142 countries voted for this. 12 countries voted against it. Israel obviously voted against the New York Declaration. United States voted against the New York Declaration. And the other 10 countries were like Palau and Congo and Paraguay, like very small countries that actually don't matter geopolitically. It was basically the US and Israel versus the entire world. And I'm thinking, like, how is it that there's literally Israel, who is obviously the aggressor party in this conflict, and then the US, which people say, oh, they're like controlled by Israel, and the US, they're like a patsy to Israel, and they do everything that they want to do, and they're like working together, and they're joining hands, and they're doing all this stuff. Those are the only two countries outside the 10 really tiny countries that said, hey, do you know what? We don't want to do this. 142 countries were like, bro, you guys need to stop this shit. And I'm thinking, like, this is crazy. How is it the world against us being in the United States? It's the world against us. How are we on the wrong side of this? Everyone in the world's like, dude, stop this shit. Let's figure out how to settle this out. This is getting too much. So, Bibi has his chance to address the UN delegation today, and everyone walked out on him. We're going to play the clip because I know some of you guys seen it, some of you guys may have not. Bibi goes up on stage and they're like, hey, I got to do my speech. I'm going to talk to everyone. I got to say something. And everybody,
please, order in the hall.
Everyone just starts walking out on him.
Please, order in the hall.
Something like 80% of the UN delegates, other countries, decided to walk out on him. Look at this. Look how many people are leaving. And the people standing, that's the Israeli delegates. They're the only ones. Gone. Everyone is leaving. And I get it. We don't like the UN. Fine. It's so unanimous that even them, they're like, dude, this is too much. Something is wrong here. They're all gone. And the funniest part of this video I don't know if we have it all the way to the end. The funniest part of all of this is that this guy has to sit there
Please
and give
order
the
in
speech
hall.
to an empty audience. It's like 15 people in there. Everyone else left. And he has to do a speech, and he's talking about the Holocaust. He's talking about October 7th. He's talking about how it was so aggressive. He's talking about how he has to stop it. He brings out his map of all the places that they've bombed, and he's almost showing off like he is so proud of what he's done. And the craziest thing of all of this is that he's got this QR code on him. And he's like, if you guys want to see what's really going on, scan my code. And I'm thinking like, dude, this guy walked out with a QR code on his own body. Like, what happened to not wearing marks? What happened to Jews not wanting to identify themselves? What happened to like, don't mark me? And all of a sudden, he's got his own QR code on. It's the whole world is saying something is wrong with this situation. They are killing children. They are killing women. They are doing it in the premise of like terrorist activity, except they're the ones doing all the aggression. They're literally leveling entire cities. And the US is like, yeah, let's build condos. I think that would be really good. Maybe we should build some condos. They got some nice waterfront property. Condos, maybe a resort, maybe some shopping. That'd be pretty sick, wouldn't it? Let's just level people. They got the killdozers rolling out, demolishing land, and like, oh, that's cool. And the rest of it was like, dude, this is not like this, guys. Even the most evil people in the world are like, dude, I don't know about this. The people that hate their own constituents, the people that hate their own society, even the people that want to force vaccines on their population, even them, the worst of the worst of the worst, are going, there are levels to evil, and this is a little bit too far for me. At some point, this has to stop. And I watched this clip and I was like, man. And then he says, oh yeah, I'm actually broadcasting this to all the Palestinians in Gaza because they need to see what's going on here. I'm like, dude, it's too much. It's too much. How is leave stock market up 700%? I don't know. It's getting out of control. And we have this movement of, my buddy got me onto this book. The name of the book is, what's the name of the book? It's something of, I don't remember the name of the book. I just ordered it. It's basically about how the Zionists use Jews as a shield in order to enact their control, how they put them in Palestine, how they put them in different areas. I'm going to read the book. I'm going to tell it to you guys. I'm really excited to read it because it's crazy. Anyway, that's my quick Bibi Netanyahu rant for the night. And then I ran into this because we talked about this a little bit on the podcast earlier, this most recent one. If you haven't watched it, go check that one out. But we talked about United Kingdom. Because the United Kingdom, they are rolling out this digital ID system. And the premise of why they're rolling out this digital ID system is because they're saying, how are we supposed to know who's in the country if we don't have digital ID? And that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Is that they let illegal immigrants into the country, they create chaos, and then from that chaos, they're like, hey, do you know what? We got a solution. We have a solution for you. Let's just get everyone digital ID, and this will solve the problem that we created. They create the problem so that they can give you the solution, and you actually have no choice. The other option is, do you know what? We're just going to all live with these people, which not the best idea. Or you just digital ID everybody, which is nuts. Watch this one. Watch this one. Where are you? Where are you?
And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. Because decent, pragmatic, fair-minded people, they want us to tackle the issues that they see around them. And of course, the truth is, we won't solve our problems.
We won't solve our problems unless we get everyone digital ID. We won't solve the problems that we created unless you guys all comply. You know all the problems that you have with the immigration and the rape and the murder and everything going on? The ones that we created? Well, by the way, we got a solution. Why don't we just track all you guys? We'll give you an ID, and it's just for verification right now. It's just so we know who's here. Oh, by the way, we're also going to link it to your work. We're also going to link it to your social credit history. We're also going to link it to what you said online. We're also going to link it to what you do and consume online. We're also going to link it to your banking. We're going to link it to your... We're going to track you with this thing. But it's for your safety. What if you don't want to get it? What if I don't want to get it? I mean, it's a very question. They said, this is for people that want to get jobs. Well, good thing they have
all UK citizens will have to have one. Well, the plan is that we're going to roll this out by the end of
Parliament.
My
question is, what if I don't? What if I've got my job, so I don't need to show this to anyone. So what if I just don't do it?
So if you don't have one, then you'll have a problem if you want to get a new job.
No, I'm saying I'm not doing that. So I'm not seeking a job. So why should I get the digital ID card? Why do I do it? Well, is there some fine for not doing it? Is there an incentive to do it? I'm just thinking I've got no reason to do it.
Yeah, look, this isn't a heavy-handed approach. We're not planning to go around finding people. But what we are going to do is make sure that everybody's got one. In the same way, Charlie, as you've got a national insurance number, if you're a citizen of this country, we'll make sure that everybody has a digital ID.
So help me with this. I know we're plotting through this, but...
We'll make sure everyone has a digital ID.
Job has got a national insurance number.
I know maybe you don't really need one. There are other ways to do it, but we'll figure out a way that everyone has one.
If I just go to my employer and show them my national insurance number, is that not sufficient? Are they
Sorry, the volume's low.
Precluded from employing me?
It won't be sufficient. I just want to be really clear about that.
So they can't employ people unless they've seen one of these
a digital ID.
cards.
Yes, that's right. That is the plan. And the major benefit of that to the entirety of the UK is that we will therefore be able to disrupt the illegal market where people come to this country and work illegally and undercut British workers who could otherwise get those
Well, national
jobs.
insurance number would have the same effect.
We will... You know how we created this migrant crisis in the country? You know how we opened the borders and we let people in and we told everyone that it is inhumane to remove them, that this is okay. You know how we created this problem? We got a solution for you. Just get the ID. We've seen this over and over and over again. Create the problem in order to offer a solution. Take away the rights of everyone that doesn't comply. Give them back to the people that do, so that other people want the same rights as the other citizens and they comply also. We've seen this over and over and over again. They're doing it. This is crazy because you're seeing it in the UK. And you can see how it's going to happen all over the world. You see this problem. This migrant problem is not a UK problem. It's all over EU problem. It's in France. It's in Germany. It's in the United States. You see it right now. You see ICE all over the United States trying to catch people. Oh, they're coming after ICE. This is really dangerous. Oh, yeah, look at all the riots that we've created. This is really dangerous. For your safety, Why don't we get everyone digital ID'd? In the United States, they're like, oh, the United States, we would never do that. We would never comply. Really? Did we not spend an entire year fighting for something called voter ID? Voter ID, which is a federal database of people, it's the same thing. Real ID. We have it. We just don't call it BritID. They're implementing it and they're doing it, and there is zero pushback because they manipulate the word. It's like, like when Congress makes a bill and they want to pass a bill, they'll call it something like, this is the freedom bill. It's like, oh, you can't vote against the freedom bill. It's for freedom. It's not what it is. It's the big, beautiful bill. It's big. You didn't lie there. There's nothing beautiful about it. It's a lot of spending for a lot of other countries. Oh yeah, we don't want to fund foreign countries anymore. Oh yeah, by the way, Argentina, you know them? Oh yeah, let's give them $20 billion. They just did that. Oh, we don't want to start new wars, but by the way, we're going to send troops over to Venezuela because we think we need to go after the drug dealers there because apparently the war on drugs is a thing again. Another war on drugs, apparently. We got to send the troops to Venezuela because there's drugs. All the drugs in Venezuela is causing a problem. Let's just start another war over it. This is going to be a problem. In the United States, your ID was typically done by the state. Your driver's license, done by the state. They're creating federal databases on people. This is not a good precedent. This does not end well. You can see it. You can feel it. You can see all the surveillance measures going throughout the country, and they agitate the situation in order to get the reaction. They want certain reactions. They want you to be angry. They want you to be scared so that they can roll out these programs. Hey, you, thank you. It started with the Patriot Act. It's true. After 9/11. After 9/11, they were able to track everything that we do, everything we say. They can control our movement. If you want to get on a plane, you have to check in SAR, let them know exactly where you're going. They make you do the humiliation ritual at the TSA. Take off your shoes. No, you can't carry toothpaste that's over 3 ounces because, toothpaste. Do you know how many terrorist risk and threats that the TSA has stopped at the airport? In the 24 years that we've had the TSA, do you know how many they've stopped? 0. It's all for show. Oh no, we're just going to do a facial recognition scan for you now. Like, oh yeah, we didn't see that one coming. How many times have you been at the TSA? You're walking through the little machine. They take a lady, maybe an older lady, they pull her aside and they start patting her down. They're patting her down, and you're thinking, that seems a little inappropriate. They're getting a little aggressive in the way they're touching her. I don't really feel comfortable about that. I think we've all experienced that at least once at the airport. You're thinking, oh, I don't know about that. That don't seem that cool. But what do? Nothing. We sit there, we think in our minds, oh, that's pretty messed up, guys. But I got a plane to catch. I don't want to get myself in trouble. I don't want to be the person that speaks out. I don't want to be the one that causes a scene because this old lady is being inappropriately fondled. I got a plane to catch. I got somewhere to be. They're conditioning us to do nothing. That's what the airport is. That's what the TSA line is. They're conditioning us to be compliant. We've seen it over and over and over again. You know, I saw this. I saw this video today. I think it was from like Wednesday or something like this, but I just saw it today for the first time. And tell me what you guys think about this video. This video was... That's a TSA agent. They were, I guess, arrested the mom's son. And he like threw her to the ground. And it like, I understand that she's being annoying as fuck. I get that. But he like threw her. He like manhandled her. It's like this little mom lady. It's just, look, like lifts her off the ground and throws her. You don't think people are gonna get pissed off seeing this? You don't think the other side is gonna be really pissed off seeing this video over and over again on repeat? Like, this doesn't end well. This was like way aggressive. Look, and look how many officers are there when this happens. Look how many people are there. And I get it. We won't. Doing the job of ICE is not easy. But this shit is wild. Where's the other one? I have one more. I'm going to show you one more. I'm going to show you one more. Where's the other one? This lady's being annoying as fuck. Get out of the way. I get it.
That was really cool, guys. You guys are super cool for that. Wow.
It's like some lady.
She's getting her sign. She's getting her sign. Go get it for her. Go get it for her. Give me your sign. Give me your sign. Give me your sign.
This dude just walked up and like straight up pepper sprayed her and walked away like a bitch.
You're gonna need some shit. You already got me earlier. You have to. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse.
They're like shooting rubber bullets from the roof. And I get it. This lady is annoying as fuck. But what do you think happens when these videos start coming out over and over and over again? Does it feel like it's being escalated? Look at this guy. Look how many officers there are there. How is this? What do you think will happen? It's just a matter of time before this shit boils over. And I get it. Fat white lady being super annoying, like egging on the federal officers. Fine, I get that. But what do you think will happen? If you create these situations, you escalate the violence, you escalate the anger, you anger both sides. Chaos. Like, oh, do you know what? We have a solution. We can figure this out for you, everybody. we started this episode talking about, hey, the Israeli are killing women and children. And we said, yeah, that's fucked up, man. That's really fucked up. I don't know Palestinians. I've no real connection to them, but it's messed up. Like, you shouldn't do that. And then you have these federal officers like pushing around just women. There's plenty of them there. They're not in danger. This is not a threat. We're here from the government and we're here to help. So what happens? It's going to get there. Miss me with it. Did you see Trump's speech? He said international effort to enforce biological weapons convention by pioneering AI-powered verification system. Yes. That was during his UN speech. He said that he was going to roll out AI, and Palantir is going, yes. Nice. Another big win. Not gonna lie, bro, seeing shit pisses me off, but it's what they want. The whole thing is to anger you. It's supposed to get you mad. It's supposed to get you angry. It's supposed to get you frustrated. It's supposed to create a boiling point where both sides collide. So that they can be like, hey, do you know what? We need to put some order in this. You know how it's so dangerous. You know how you don't want to go outside. You know how everyone seems to be fighting. We'll solve it for you. We'll get you back to order. We'll get you safe. We'll make you feel good again. All you gotta do is install this app. You install this app, you'll be fine. We'll figure everything else out. All it means is that we're gonna do these checkpoints everywhere. Do you not realize, like, we are living in a country where we have normalized the idea of the federal government stopping random Americans and checking their ID. It's just the first step. First, they did it at the airports. Now they do it on the freeways. They call them checkpoints or immigration checkpoints or border control or whatever it is. They have them in Florida. They get it in Texas. Driving on the road, all of a sudden there's a roadblock. You have to stop. You have to show your ID. For what? What'd you do? You're going to work. You're driving to your buddy's house. Why do you have to explain yourself? Why do you have to check in with them? They stop you and they start asking for your ID. Oh no, but I didn't bring with me. Oh, I didn't bring with me. Oh, this is really inconvenient, guys. Oh, really? I have a solution. Why don't we just all install them on your phone? Because you have your phone. Why don't we just put a digital ID on your phone and then we'll track you? It'll be easier. It's going to make life easier for you when you go check in. Wait a second. Wait, why do I have to check in? Why am I checking in? We are normalizing the idea of stopping American citizens on the road and asking for ID. By the way, that's supposed to be unconstitutional. You can't pull me over or you can't tell me to show me your ID without a specific crime that I have alleged to have committed. Oh, but this is different. We have to do something about the migrants. So therefore, your rights as a citizen actually don't matter right now because we have a bigger problem to solve. What problem to solve? The problem you guys created? That problem you created when you guys just let people in? That problem that you created? Oh no, but it was the previous administration. I don't give a fuck which administration it was. Why do we let governments and why do we let administrations have a pass? Because all they have to do is say, oh, it wasn't us, it was the other guy. Dude, we're just citizens living in this country trying to live our lives. It doesn't matter if it was a left politician or the right politician that did it. At the end of the day, the politicians did it. What does it matter which party that they are? They're both there. Oh, no, this was Biden's policy. Oh, no, this is Trump's policy before. Oh, no, this is Obama's policy. It doesn't matter. They caused the shit. They caused it. They allowed it. They create the problem. And then now we are living in a country where they can stop you on the road and say, ID, let me see it. Oh, no, you have to show me. No. What crime? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Do you belong here? It's like, oh, but I'm not doing anything wrong. They are restricting our movement. They are taking our right to privacy. And it doesn't matter which party did it. They're all complicit. Oh, no, but this administration is going to fix it. Fix what? What have they fixed? You know, I saw today. Oh, James Comey, they've indicted him. Oh, for Russia and for Obama, like, we're going to go after him. Great. Awesome. I'm just curious. They say they're indicting him. I'm going to go check out this indictment. I want to read it. Because what are they actually indicting him for? Like, what does this look like? Is this a serious thing or is it more political theater? I'm curious. So I find the copy, the PDF of the indictment, and I put it on and I read it. And the indictment it's a page and a half long. They say they're going after someone. It's a 1.5 page indictment. And I'm thinking, okay. At least, but it's a federal indictment. It's 2 felonies on there. It must be real. And I'm looking. I'm trying to see who is the U.S. attorney that does this indictment. This lady that they just brought in, what's her name? What's the new person's name? U.S. attorney, I can't even remember. U.S. attorney, Lindsay Halligan. Lindsay Halligan is the new U.S. attorney for Virginia, and she comes in 3 days after she's appointed, and she decides she's going to go after James Comey. I'm like, okay, good for her. Who the hell is she? Curious. She's like 36 years old or 38 years old. She was an insurance attorney. She has no prosecution experience. I'm like, okay. That's interesting. And she's a former beauty queen. And she was in Miss USA at the same time Kirk's wife was. And I'm thinking like, what? That can't be real. There's no way that's true, right? There's no way that the new U.S. attorney, Lindsay Halligan, who has no experience being a prosecutor, who was an insurance attorney, who was supposed to be going after the deep state, and she was in the USA pageant with Erica Kirk when Trump owned Miss Universe under Trump's brand. And I'm thinking like, no, that can't be right. What are the chances? You know? What is the likelihood that they get together? And then I'm like, all right. So you have this Lindsay Halligan girl. You have Pam Bondi. And I'm like, wait a second. Like Pam Bondi is actually pretty incompetent too. Like she hasn't really done anything. I'm like, how did she even get involved in this? Because now I'm curious. Like, how is he even hiring attorneys? Where does he find his lawyers from? And I find out that she was going after Trump University in Texas. And then Trump donated money to her campaign. And then they dropped all the charges against Trump University. I'm like, oh, that's... And then I'm like, wait, but he had that one lawyer that was really good. That one lawyer, she was really good. She was all over the news, and she was all over the she She was all over the campaign. The brunette, she's really pretty. Yeah, she was really good, wasn't she? Because she was rolling out over and over and over again. All over the news. Alina Haba. I'm like, she was good, wasn't she? And I started looking at her record. And every case that she did for Trump during last year and during the campaign, she lost. She actually lost every single one. And then they appointed her as a U.S. attorney in New Jersey. And something happened and the judges are removing her. And now all the cases she worked on are about to be thrown out. I'm like, holy shit. He just hires like pretty women to be their attorneys and they all lose. Like and then it hit me. And then I understood what's really going on. It's all a show. They're not hiring competent people. They're hiring podcasters. Then they are hiring pretty girls because at the end of the day, when shit hits the fan, when it's time to roll out all the dystopian measures of surveillance and control, they have the people ready and prepped that can speak to the camera. It's central casting. They're waiting for the chaos so they can roll out the pretty girls. That they're lawyers. Yeah, they weren't very competent. And I get it. I have a daughter. It's not the fact that women can't be good at something. But they have to be competent. They're obviously not hiring for competence, and they're hiring for the fact that when shit hits the fan, they have the network of the podcasters and their pretty faces to help reel it in. Hey, look, don't worry. I know it's really bad. I know that you're feeling safe. I know that you're scared. If you just get this digital ID, if you just comply, if you just agree and check this checkbox, things will be better. I promise. It only works because we are compliant. That's true. You just have to be aware. This is what is happening. And I don't want to be so doom and gloom all the time. I want to talk about funny shit. I want to have fun. But it's just so obvious in your face. Like, how do you not call it out? And if you don't call it out, then you're just going to fall into the trap of compliance. And you just can't be compliant in this stuff. This is crazy. I'm tired, boss. Tired. I love that. The UN chick too. Elisa Stefanik, the huge Zionist, the one that I don't know if she still does it. For a time, she used to tweet every single day. 10 days since October 7th. 15 days since October 7th. 25 days since October 7th. 27th. 100 days since October 7th. Every single day. She counts her time in her life by days since October 7th. And they try to make her the UN ambassador to, the US ambassador to the UN. But then they were losing all these congressional seats, so they had to pull her back. But they'll probably put her there later. Like huge Zionist. I'm like, okay. I'm Israeli. I've had enough of this bullshit. Yeah, man. There's a lot of Israeli like, dude, we didn't sign up for this shit too. Why you put we did not sign up for this. Why are you putting our name on this? Although I don't agree with illegal immigrants, I fear ICE is on its way to being a Gestapo. They're trying to normalize it. It's all a part of the plan. Yeah. You create a situation and then you say, oh, look, this is for your safety. We need to have these federal agencies. We need to have ICE. But take away the cause and just look at the effect. Remove the reason why and look at the actual what's going on. What's actually going on is that we have normalized the idea of federal troops going into the cities. We have normalized the idea of National Guard, federal troops, ICE, federal troops going around the city and asking American citizens for their identification, for locking places down, for turning in your neighbors. We have normalized federal troops within the borders. This is a huge problem. The military is supposed to be for external, not internal. But create a problem, make you scared. It's a border crisis. It's an invasion. It's an invasion. There's 20 million people here. There's 13 million people here. The math ain't mathing on that, by the way. We got a solution. Let's just put federal agents in your neighborhood. This is not a good thing, everybody. Pull up the Mike video breakdown. I don't have it queued up. I'll probably do I think the Mike video breakdown is probably talking about the Charlie Kirk. We're going to go back to that next week. I'm like Charlie Kirked out, to be honest, for the time being. The Mike video is the only theory that makes sense. Exploding pagers. The way your co-host dismissed the Florida is absolute L. Greta should be given more praise. Those people are heroic and they're shadow banned. The Florida is interesting because the idea of it really intrigues me. There's I think the Spanish and the Italian, Spain and Italy are actually protecting it because they fear the drone attacks onto Florida. If you guys don't know what the Florida is a like a group of boats and activists that are going to Palestine in order to break through the Israeli blockade and prove that, there's a blockade. And it's a humanitarian activist type of mission. And the problem is that two people on there is Greta Thunberg, some actors, some Hollywood people, Susan Sarandon. They're actually pretty polarizing. Greta Thunberg is this. I'm on the fence with her. When she was young, and how dare you? How dare you? And you see all the scripted shit that she's done. I was like, I don't know about her. A lot of it seemed performative. But she's still doing it so many years later. And I'm like, okay. It's actually kind of dangerous what she's doing. It's actually not that easy to do. She's still a young girl. They're going to Gaza in order to break through the blockade. And they're going to force the Israeli military to act. Actually, I'm actually really curious to see how this goes. Will the Israeli military turn them away? If they refuse to turn away, will they fire at them? Will the Israeli military let them through the blockade? I don't know, actually. I'm actually curious to see how this goes. It is dangerous. At the same time, again, Greta Thunberg is a little performative for my liking. But I don't know if I'd be on a boat trying to cross over a military blockade. I'm going to be honest. So I don't think we should dismiss it too much. I think it's the people and the type of people that are on there that makes it really dismissible. You hear that the Hollywood actors are on there. You hear Greta Thunberg's on there and you're like, it must be for show. And that's just initial gut reaction people would get to that. I understand that. But I really am curious to see how this ends up. I'm not ready to just completely dismiss it yet. Because again, what they're doing is legit dangerous. So yeah, I don't think he should have dismissed her like that. And they're shadow banned. Yeah, I mean, imagine getting on a boat and traveling all the way from Europe all the way to Palestine. knowing that they're being droned. Those guys are brave. It's a marketing trick. Yeah, see, I don't know. I just don't know. I think it's, I'm just curious to see how it happens. The closer they get, the more it's going to escalate, and we will see how it goes. Erica Kirk is way more performative than Greta. Yeah, no lies detected. I don't know if, I don't know how, I know how I feel. I think it's weird. I think it's really odd. Even my wife's like, dude, I don't know about her. This is 2 days after your husband gets assassinated in front of the world. You're like giving speeches. A couple of days after that, you're doing more speeches. And then now you're doing podcasts. And now you're hosting shows. And you're doing fundraisers. And you're raising money. And you're selling merch. And you just became extremely rich and powerful. And you are kind of this... a lot of sketchy history. I don't know, man. I don't want to speak too poorly of her because like it's still sad and I can't, like, I'm not in her head, in her mind, but from a very far looking third party perspective, dude, sketch, super sketch, super sketch. The piss is in the air. Keep your families close. Keep it on, my guy. Loose cunt. That's hilarious, by the way. I know people are going, loose cunt, loose cunt, loose cunt, loose cunt, loose cunt. That's hilarious. That's funny. That's funny as hell. I like that. I feel like I'm going to use that one day too. I'm going to sign up. I'm going to go to, what's a restaurant they call your name? They used to do that. I used to go to Fuddruckers when I was younger. Have you guys been to Fuddruckers? When you used to go to Fuddruckers, they used to call your name out. And you make up a funny name, especially when you're like a child, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm Roadrunner," and then they go Roadrunner, and your hamburger's ready, and you go get it. Loose cunt, that'd be hilarious. Fuddruckers for kids, that'd be maybe not so good. Research CIA head mask and Hollywood squibs. If you know, you know, dude. You know, can I tell this story? What's the guy's name? BJ, the Hawaiian. BJ. What's the Hawaiian UFC fighter's name? Hawaii BJ Penn. I remember last year, BJ Penn messaged me. And he messaged me and he calls me and we're like texting each other. And then BJ Penn is like, he's like, Matt, I know you can get them. There's like people out to get me. And I need to get myself one of those masks to make me look like somebody else. I need a mask. Can you get me a mask? And I'm like, bro, no, I don't know where to get you one. He's like, no, I know you know. I know you know where to get one of these. You got to get me one. I really need this. And I'm thinking like, dude, I don't even know you, man. I don't even know like how we connected. You know what I mean? Like, how are you texting me? And is this really you? But he's like, no, Matt, I know you know. You need to get me this mask. I was like, dude, I'm like, oh, maybe we should do a podcast together. He's like, no, I need this first. They're like, after me, I need this. And I'm like, bro, I don't know if I could fuck with you, bro. I don't know, man. You know, like, I watched you fight. It was pretty cool. But I have no idea how to get him a mask. I didn't get him a mask. Where do I get him a mask? I was like, did you try eBay? That's what I told him. I was like, I think if you Google it, you can find one. You know? I think if you Google it, you can find a mask. I don't know where to get one for you. Where do you even try? Where do you even try and attempt to find this mask for somebody? And it seems so shady. I feel like I get these calls a lot, like shady ass people. You know, one time, I'm gonna tell you a story. I've been thinking about recently. I've been thinking about something that happened to me maybe a year and a half ago. A year and a half ago, I get this DM. from some random lady. No idea who she is. She messages me. And she's like, Matt, you don't know who I am, but I'd like to invite you. I'd like to invite you to an event. It's going to be a lot of like conservative speakers there. There's going to be a lot of other people there. It may be a good networking opportunity. I want to invite you. And I'm thinking like, I don't really know who you are. Like, I'm good. And she's like, no. Like, I'm not some crazy lady. This is legit. We're going to fly you out to Florida. You can attend this event. And you'll be my guest. And I'm one of the donors. And you'll be my guest. You'll sit at my table. And I'll introduce you to a bunch of people. And it'll be a great time. And I don't know what it was in me. Like, I was curious. I had never been asked to do something like that before. So I'm like, okay, like, how do I know you're not crazy? How do I know, like, I'm not going to show up and I'm going to get kidnapped? She's like, no, that's legit. So I start asking around. I got invited to a PragerU donor event. And I went. And I was curious. I didn't know much about how PragerU operated. I didn't know anything about it at the time. I just knew they were like pretty big. So I go to this PragerU donor event and I'm sitting at this table and they're introducing me. They're asking me to do like clips or whatever. And they're introducing me to like the people that work for them. And like Ben Shapiro's there, like Marissa Strait, she's there. They're like walking around speaking in Hebrew. I'm thinking like, this is really weird, you know? And they have this dinner and they're introducing me to everybody. And, I'm at like the super donor side and all these people are coming up and saying hello. And I'm like, I think she paid like $200,000 for that table. And I'm thinking like, this is weird. And then Dennis Prager comes up at the end and he starts giving a speech and he's like, America originally was, the official language of America was actually supposed to be Hebrew. But, through so much debate, they decided to go with English instead. I'm thinking like, what? That's not true at all. That is not true at all. And I think in his speech, he mentioned the Holocaust maybe like 7 or 8 times. And I was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I don't feel comfortable here. I'm not even like I'm out of here. So I said, I gotta go. Thank you for inviting me, but I'm gonna go on my way. I went to the bar, hung out for a little bit, and I left. And I'm thinking like, man, I wonder how many people would show up to one of these things and they're like, oh, this is amazing. Like I get to like meet all these people and all these people are like, oh yeah, we're going to support you. And I was like, oh, they never tried to reach out or whatever. And then I was thinking about that because we talked about that on the podcast. And I'm like, man, maybe that was it. Maybe that was the time. I never went back to another event. I never spoke to her again. I never did anything with PragerU, obviously. But they just like find people online that are starting to have a little bit of presence. They invite you in and they try to win you over. It was really odd. I forgot I did that. It was like maybe a year and a half ago. Sorry. Totally random story. Just thought about it. There's a boat in the United States Army veterans participating in the flotilla. Really? I want to look more into this flotilla thing. I think last week in our stream, someone mentioned it and I did a little bit of research on it. I read a little bit about it. But I kind of stopped. There's really not that much content out there all about it. And then now that you're saying, oh, they're shadow banned and no one's really talking about it, now I'm actually more curious. So I want to look into the flotilla a little bit more. And maybe we will talk about that because I am curious. They, Zionists, have captured the minds of boomers and Gen X. By the time Gen Z can get into change things, it will be too late. They have no assets. Yeah. They really wanted me to like do something with them, I think. And then they were like, oh, but he's too controversial. I don't know if it's going to work out. They are, I mean, it's like the biggest thing about like Turning Point right now, you know? Like, it was always kind of a Zionist event and organization. But at least Charlie was giving a little bit of pushback. He was actually being at least somewhat fair, trying to be, although not really, but a little bit. But now it's like a full-blown Zionist organization. They had increased in size 10x, 15x. Every single city is going to have one of these organizations. They're infiltrating everywhere. The Zionists have the most to gain from the passing of Charlie Kirk, and they have gotten their hands into every single campus and every single state of the country. It's going to be interesting. They are obviously losing them, and they're trying to capture them and bring them over. You know, I grew up Methodist, and I was a Protestant. I am a Protestant, kind of. And I used to go to like either a Methodist church or a Presbyterian church. And then really during COVID, when they started splitting, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. Because one side was like, oh, we love the gay people. And the other side was like, no, like you can't do it. But both of them were like, no, you got to stay home. You can't go to church. And I'm like, well, that doesn't seem right. I didn't know. I didn't understand dispensationalism. I didn't understand kind of like the Zionist agenda within the evangelical churches and the denominations. I didn't understand it then. But now that I know, I can't go to it. I can't go to like an evangelical church any longer. They like ruined it for me, actually. Like, I've been searching for a new church for a very long time. I do these online services. My wife goes to her church and I go with her occasionally, but she goes to a Korean church. I'm looking for like a regular, like American church. And the first thing I do when I find a new church that I may be interested to go is I go on the website and I'm like, what is there how like Zionist are they? Like, it sucks that I have to actually research that before I go to a church. I don't want to be like that. I want to just be able to go to church. But the fact that I have to look at the politics of a church in order to go to a church, I'm like, dude, something is wrong here. Something is wrong that I have to look at the politics of a church before I go to that church. Otherwise, I know that they're going to give me what I want to hear and then feed in through the back door information in order to try to indoctrinate my mind. And I can't believe that's a thing. I wish that weren't true, actually. Like, what is wrong? It really rubs me the wrong way. It really pisses me off. Because the most honest, fair place should be your church. You should feel safe there. At minimum, the world lies to you, the institutions lie to you, the government lies to you, the healthcare lies to you, the education system lies to you, corporations lie to you. Everyone's lying to you. At least, the church you go to shouldn't lie to you. But they do. And some of them don't even know they're doing it. This blind trust and love and undevoted support for the state of Israel, for the Israeli government, just because I just got disconnected for a second. Just because someone wrote a training manual in 1920 saying that you have to do it that way. All of a sudden, it's like everyone's like, oh yeah, we love Israel. I'm like, no, like And did you see that video in the clip of Netanyahu saying like, oh yeah, I'm actually a descendant of like Jesus and all the original Israelis? I'm like, no, you're not. You're Polish. What are you talking about? How does that even make any sense? How can he go around just saying that? Nani, thank you. Wolf 359 Survivor. Seems like the world is run by a troupe of actors. Yeah. You know, I'm like, every day that goes by, I feel like I'm more black-pilled. And I don't want to be, actually. I don't want to be so distrustful of everyone around me. I don't want to be so distrustful of the institutions. Actually, I want to trust the institutions. Like, isn't that a better life? If you can trust the people that you've put in charge of certain aspects of society, society would actually be better if you had the ability to trust them. I wish I could trust them. It's not that I don't want to, but trusting them is fucking asinine. It's crazy. It's not because I don't want to. It's not because I'm some crazy anarchist. I don't want to burn the system down. I just don't want to be lied to anymore. I don't want to burn the system down. I'm not an anarchist. I want order. I just don't want to be lied to any longer. That doesn't make me crazy, does it? Every direction they're lying to us. I don't want to be lied to. Like, what's wrong with that? Why? I'm a conspiracy theorist because I don't trust you. You lie to me every single day. Of course I don't trust you. That's not on me. That's on you. If you just told me the truth every once in a while, maybe I'd believe you. I didn't break trust. You broke trust. And I'm supposed to blindly believe you? I'm supposed to take your word for it? Why? What have you ever done to prove otherwise? We've learned this in our relationships, in our life with the people around us. The people that lie to you always lie to you. I'm not crazy for noticing patterns. You can't notice. You can't notice. Why not? Why can't I notice? Just pointing out the obvious. And fuck those people who're scared to do it. It's how we got into the situation to begin with. Because so many people are willing to be compliant. I want to do fun shit. I want to laugh. I want to talk about funny things. I do too. Dude, rant over for that. I watched this clip. We'll do one more. I don't understand problem support for them. They don't believe in Jesus as the Son of God and our Savior. It's no different than Islam. I don't get it. It's worse than Islam. At least Muslims believe Jesus was a holy man. They believe he was a prophet. They believe that he lived a sinless life. They believe that he's in heaven to come back one day. They at least believe that. Maybe their ideology shifts vastly, but they have a profound respect for Jesus. At least. Maybe I don't agree with the Muslims, but they at least believe and respect that. The Jews think he's like boiling in hell. Why would the church support that? It doesn't make it. It makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. No sense. All right. I watched this video. I'm going to show you guys this video. I watched the video of Nick Fuentes. And he's talking about Asian food. Talk about Asian food all the time. Talk about Asian food. I'm going to watch this one.
One of my friends is really into Asian food. It just annoys the fuck out of me. I think it's the dumbest thing ever. All the stupid different Korean barbecue, hot pot, pho, this, that. I'm like, get that fucking shit out of my face. Ramen really irritates me. I don't know why. It just does. You want to know why? It's because it's stupid and gimmicky. I ate ramen when I was in LA. They said, you gotta try ramen. And I spilled fucking grease all over my nice shirt. And it only makes sense because you're slurping a bunch of broth like an idiot.
Dude.
Same thing with hot pot. People are kerplunking bullshit in like a 6 million degree pot of boiling hot liquid. Seriously? The Korean barbecue, you got to cook it yourself. I'm good. I'm good on all that. You know.
He doesn't like ramen because they fucking spilled it on himself. Why don't you just not spill your food when you eat it? What are you, a child? You can't eat your soup without spilling on yourself, and it's the food's fault because you spilled it on your shirt? I'd like to see you try and struggle with chicken noodle soup. Maybe some chili. You know what I mean? Like, do you spill the chili on yourself also? I can't eat Asian food because I spilled it all over me and therefore it sucks.
Give me pizza, give me a burger, give me a sandwich, give me a handheld and a fucking shareable. Can a nigga get a handheld that is shareable in this damn ass restaurant? Can a nigga get some fucking handhelds and shareables? I don't want to be slurping noodles and hot pot and ramen. I don't want to be dripping boiling hot fucking grease and broth all over myself.
Why are you dripping boiling hot grease on yourself? Is the soup like attacking you? Is it flying out at you? Like, even my 3-year-old daughter knows how to take soup from a bowl and bring it to her mouth. Where is the struggle? Where is life so difficult that moving the liquid from a bowl to your mouth is hard? Where do we go wrong in life that the only solution is, I need some mayonnaise on bread? Can we just get some mayonnaise on some white bread? This whole soup thing and liquid thing, it's really difficult. I just need mayonnaise on bread. Like, can I eat it with my hand? Handheld? Can you use some fucking utensils? Stop eating with your hand. What are you, Indian? What do you want? Why do you want handhelds? Sar? Can we just eat with a fork and spoon? Maybe some chopsticks. By the way, chopsticks superior than fork. It's a fact. I eat spaghetti with chopsticks, just for the record. No shame. It's very difficult eating soup without spilling it on yourself, apparently. I just want some mayonnaise on some white bread. That's it. It's hilarious.
I want a handheld.
I want to eat with my hands.
It's dumb.
I want to eat with my hands. Can I eat with my hands? Maybe I'll eat with my one hand and wipe my shit with the other. Is that what you want to do? I want to eat with one hand and wipe my shit with the other. Sar. Can we just eat with our hands, Sar? That's all I want. That way I can guarantee I don't spill it myself. It's hilarious. I thought it was funny. We make fun of him. Obviously, it's cute. It's cute because obviously doesn't eat a lot of different foods, which is fine. My recommendation, Asian food is awesome. It's definitely worth trying. Actually, every time I see Anthony, who is our chat moderator, who is hanging out, we go eat Korean barbecue, and he is definitely not Korean. Does Matt Kim eat kimchi with his spaghetti? I do. Actually, kimchi with everything. About 75% of my diet is Korean food. And I think I eat a lot of Chinese food also. Actually, Chinese food is really good. Although I did eat Jimmy John's today. That was pretty amazing. I haven't had Jimmy John's in a long time. I had a beach club. Those were pretty good. Not gonna lie. I used to eat a ton of beach clubs when I was in college. Handheld. Just want a handheld. That's what I did. How much kimchi do you guys eat? I eat a lot of kimchi. Actually, if you guys want good kimchi, the kimchi at Costco with the green top, it's actually pretty good. if we are in a kimchi jam and I need kimchi, and the kimchi person that we get kimchi from, because we have a kimchi lady, or my wife makes it at home. If we're in a jam, we go to Costco and we get the one with the green top, and it's actually pretty good. That's a good one. Pickles are way better than kimchi. I like pickles, but I don't think so. I like spicy food. I eat really spicy, spicier than most. I hear the Clintons like pizza. Yeah, Comet Pizza. Apparently, Comet Pizza is a thing. They like Comet Pizza. The world is falling apart. They're rolling out dystopian future. I'm getting blackpilled every day. I'm getting more angry every day. I'm getting more pissed off every day. I'm getting more distrustful of the world around me every day. I feel like everyone is lying to me every day. And dude, I just want to troll like internet comments. I just want to troll like internet clips. I just want to talk about what Nick Fuentes talked about, him eating like Asian food. I don't want to be like so dystopian and dark all the time, but I don't have a choice. It's all I think about. You know what I mean? I want to talk about fun shit. I know you guys want to do fun things too every once in a while. Of course. Maybe eventually we get an opportunity to go back to normal. The new normal. White rice, milk, and sugar. What the fuck? White rice, milk, and sugar. If you're going to do white rice, milk, and sugar, actually more interesting would be white rice and condensed milk. White rice, condensed milk is pretty good. White rice, butter, soy sauce, and an egg is pretty good. Rice and butter go really well. I don't know about the milk and sugar. I think you don't need the milk and sugar if you do. The condensed milk is like the Vietnamese, Thai, they will do a lot of condensed milk with their rice. It's not really Korean or Japanese or Chinese thing. But white rice and butter. When I was in high school, I grew up in like a pretty white area. And I had a friend, Chad. Funny, Chad. Chad used to come over after school. And he'd go to my house. He'd come over to my house after school, and he'd go straight to the rice cooker because like we have a rice cooker. There's always rice in there. And he'd come over, and he would want to just eat rice because at his house all he had was Uncle Ben's rice, and that rice sucks. So he'd come to our house, and he would just get a bowl of rice, and he'd be like, "Matt, can I eat a bowl of rice?" Yeah. Like, what do you want with it? We have like side dishes, whatever else. No. I just want rice. So Chad used to come over to my house after school, like every day, and just eat a bowl of white rice. Don't be pilled, Matt. We are in the end times, but the battle's already won. This has to happen for Jesus to return and the new earth. I think that I'm on the side of that, when we hit the end of the earth and end of the world, that the rapture is not in the beginning, meaning that the Christians have to go through the persecution. I believe that to be true. I believe that you have to live through the most difficult of times and survive it. And you have to not comply, not give in, and stand strong within that period in order to go to heaven. That's what I believe. I think that time is coming, may happen in our lifetime. I actually think that. And I think you have to go through the worst of it. I don't think there's this, because there's some people, everyone thought the rapture was like 2 days ago, it didn't happen, that think that, oh yeah, it's the end of the world and we're gone. I don't think that works that way. I don't think life is actually that easy. I think that in order to go to the place you want to go to, you have to suffer for it. And you have to persevere. Maybe that's the black pill. It's coming, there's nothing we can do about it, but you have to live through it, and you have to survive it. I think then communities will be most important. You're going to need each other. We're going to need each other because that time is not going to be easy. Klaus Schwab said Western societies will lose trust in their institutions and leaders. I think it's a great narrative, not the Great Reset. Not sure though. They want you to distrust them. They want there to be chaos. I mean, we're seeing it. We're seeing it every day. You know, the algorithms control what we see, what we say. The entire internet is flooded with ideas that were made by machine. People can't even differentiate the two. That's why I stopped making short form content, by the way. I stopped making short form content. I used to make like 3 or 4 short form videos, talk about news topics and my ideas every week. We were doing, I don't know, 10, 20 million views on Instagram. I think I got like 700,000 people. I don't even post it any longer. Because all fake. I didn't want to get into the battle of ideas with AI. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to get into the battle of ideas with the robots. That's why I don't post there, actually. I can spend an entire day to come up with a 2-minute video so that I can put it in a way that's relatable, understandable, so that people can share it, so people understand it. And I can spend an entire day doing it. And then some kid with an AI bot and a ChatGPT can make 1,000 videos, compete with my idea, and now I have to prove my idea to the fucking bot because all these people are like, well, Matt, what you said may be this, but look at all these other pages that said this. You're actually wrong because all these people said they're right. Dude, what am I arguing with a bot for? That's why I don't make the short form videos. I got tired of arguing with the bot content. All these bot contents, all these propagandists, all these paid actors trying to come up with ideas to come against mine. Like, what the? That's why I only do the long form now. That's why I like to stream. I think the future is in streaming. I think the future is in live because there's nowhere to hide. You can tell right away if the guy's full of shit or not. If it's performance or it's a guy really talking. And because of that, I make a lot of mistakes. I stutter my words. I get my ideas wrong. Sometimes I get my definitions wrong. I think that's going to win in the end. Because once our world and our eyes and our lives get flooded with manufactured AI content, it's like 60%, 70% now. Once that becomes 90%, 99%, close to 100% of all the content you consume is fake, your brain and your natural humanity will reject it. If you're awake, you will reject it. And you're going to be looking for the people that are more human. Humanity wins. I believe that. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be the longer road, but humanity wins. That's what I believe. That's why I don't do the short form content anymore. I don't want to go into the marketplace of ideas that's run and manufactured, that's run by the bots. Let's see. Boomers can't tell. People will. The AI won't affect us much as it will the kids grow up watching it. I disagree. I think the AI will affect the older generation more than the younger generation. I think the younger generation is going towards wired headphones, going to parties where you have to put your cell phones away. They're doing these trends of going to dinner and everyone locks up their cell phones in a box because the youngest generation always is anti what the older generation is doing. The youngest generation natural inclination is to reject what the older generation does. And what the older generation is addicted to social media. They see their parents, they see their grandparents regurgitating all the bullshit talking points that they see on TikTok. And they're thinking, oh, that's gay as fuck. And they're rejecting it. They're actually the only hope to save it. The older generation, they can't distinguish between AI and what's real and not real any longer. because they don't have the awareness, because they didn't grow up with it. The ones that grew up with it can tell. The ones that are older will not. It's the older generations that will give in first to the AI. I believe that 100%. Tech is sapping my happiness. We can learn a thing or two from the Amish. I agree. The tech was supposed to make our lives better. It was supposed to, when social media was coming around, there was a contingency of people going, no, this is really bad for you, and this is going to mess with people's minds, and we should really take our time. We really should think about this. Like, we should pause before we roll this out to everybody. And the tech companies and the Zuckerbergs and the Gates and of the world, like, no, actually, like, we're just going to keep on going because innovation. We're going to lose the tech war and we're going to lose innovation if we stop now. So we have to keep on going. Those are the same people in charge of AI right now, too. The people that got the warning of, hey, social media could be potentially really bad for people. Let's take our time to think about this before we roll it out to all the people. Let's just take our time. The people that said no, they're the ones in charge of AI. They're not going to stop either. They're going to grow. There's, innovation. You're going to lose the tech war. You're going to lose the AI battle to China. And then because of, dude, what's the point of winning if you sacrifice your entire population for the win? What's the point of winning the AI war if you sacrifice the minds, hearts of your entire population on the way? It's short-sighted. Oh no, if we lose, like, it's over. What's over? You're sacrificing everyone to get there. What's going to happen? What happens if you lose? Oh, they're going to take a... Really? Really? Why? There's no explanation for that. No one actually knows how that's going to happen. It's just more fear. Oh, if we don't keep on innovating, then China's going... Then they're going to fuck up their population first. Maybe you could watch other people do it and learn from them. Maybe we let other people do it and see how it affects them and see what it does. And then we decide, hey, should we really put this into our population? But no. We got to be first. We got to be first. That's what you said about social media. Oh, we don't. Oh, look, all these radical leftists, all these trans. Like, dude, where do you think they're learning this shit from? YouTube, Netflix, TikTok, Instagram. That's where they're learning it. That's where those ideas are spreading. Maybe we should have thought about that. What do you think AI is going to do when it amplifies all that reach by 1,000x? Oh no, but we're going to lose the AI war. So what? So what? What's the point of winning if you sacrifice everyone along the way? It's short-sighted. It's me, now. I need to make money right now. I don't care about future generations. That's all that is. Oh, what if we lose? Oh, we're going to lose if we don't keep on innovating. No, you're not scared to lose. The only thing you're scared to lose is that you make less money than the other side. That's actually what you're scared of. You're not worried about the population. You're not worried about safety. You're not worried about what it does to humanity or society or this war. You're worried that you're going to make less money because you were second. That's the only thing you're actually worried about. Come on, let's be honest about it at least. This whole, we got to innovate and we get there first. What you're saying is we want to get there first because we want to capitalize first. We need to make more money. At the expense of the population. We don't care. I need more money. I know I'm a billionaire. I know I'm the richest person in the world, but I want to stay there. God forbid I drop to number 4. Oh, what if we lose the war? No, you don't care about the war. You just want to make sure that you get paid first. At least be honest with us. Be honest with yourself. Don't say it's like, oh, it's to prevent, war and China's going to take us over. No, they're not. Nobody wants to take over the United States. That's crazy. There's literally oceans between. And half the population is armed. Who wants to take over that country? Who wants to take over a country that has unlimited land, unlimited resources, and unlimited guns? And we're going to try to control it and monitor it from across the ocean. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, no, they're going to come here. They're buying up the farmland. No, you're fucking selling them all your farmland. No, they're coming here. They're buying up all the farmland. They didn't force anyone to sell you their farmland. You sold it to them. Oh, they're buying the farmland. Dude, you're selling them the farmland. They're buying up all the businesses. No, you're selling them your businesses because you want to make money. You're selling out your country and your land and your property for your own benefit, and then you're blaming the other side for buying it. You sold it. Just don't fucking sell it then. It's really simple. Oh, the Chinese are buying all the farmland. Don't sell it then. Like, why is it the buyer's fault? It's the seller's fault. It's like crazy when they keep on doing this. Oh no, but they're infiltrating by buying all that shit. You sold it to them. Don't blame the buyer, blame the seller. The buyer would never buy it if the seller never put it up for sale. The thinking is asinine. It makes no sense whatsoever. Fucking lost. Whenever I mention this, people get agitated. Yeah. The farmland war is so stupid. Of all things, we can take it back anytime. Yes. This dickhead has never been on a farm in his life. Okay. I live in like a pretty rural part of Georgia. I'm actually surrounded by farms. You know what I mean? It's more complicated than that. It's not more complicated than that. It's more complicated. It's not. Farming is hard work. I agree. I don't know what you guys are fighting on in the chat. People are getting mad at each other. Stop putting blame on other people and take responsibility for the actions of the people around you. It's just what it is. It's actually simple. Stop giving control of your life and stop letting other organizations, other groups, other people, other institutions take control of your life. Oh no, the school's indoctrinating my kid. Raise your own fucking kid. Teach your own kid. Stop trusting that government school is going to raise your kid. It's not. It's not. Oh no, but they're indoctrinating my kid. Dude, teach your kid to think past it. Oh, they're poisoning us through the food. Then don't eat that shit. Oh, but the red dye in the food, it's like killing us. Don't eat it. Oh, the vaccines are like killing us. Don't take them. Oh, the Tylenol, don't take it. Take responsibility and control of your own life because they are doing everything they can to take it from you. And they are normalizing the idea of scapegoating another side, another person, another group, and we do it all the time. I'm guilty of it, I know. The churches, the evangelical churches, they're just Zionists and they're promoting that. Great. Protect yourself first. I was right from day one about you being a show with your Freemason logo and hexagrams. That's so stupid. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Teach your kids how to think, not what to think. They know how to think and have good morals. They'll learn to seek the truth. I agree. Matt, you can't unbrainwash the sheep, though. I disagree. I think that everyone has their aha moment. I think that's what we do. I think that's what we do a lot of, is that once people see kind of this, once you see the crack in the matrix just one time, the next time you see it, you kind of, And then the third time, you're like, And then eventually like, oh, fuck. They've been lying to me this entire time. You just need to see it once. And people think that it's all going to be for the same issue, but people's brains work different. What people care about is different. The moment in the news or the awakening that people react to, it's all different. Some people, it was COVID. Some people, it's BLM. Some people, it is an election. Some people, it is vaccine. Some people, it's digital ID. Some people, it's TSA. Some people, it's 9/11. Everyone has a different moment where they go, they've been lying to me. We all wake up at different times. Don't be mad at the person that hasn't woken up yet. It's not that they can't be woken up. It's just that they have yet to have their aha moment. Because I think as humans, we understand naturally that what around us, the world around us, it's not natural. And humans, we have this ability to understand and feel what is not natural. It just takes some people time. Some people are more lost than others. I think everyone is savable. I do. Don't get caught in groupthink. The problem is we all know they're lying to us. They know we know, and they do it anyway and laugh in our faces because we do nothing about it. I agree. You know, people say like, Matt, like, how do you convince people about like how you think? And my answer to that is that I actually don't actively try to convince anybody, especially people around me. I don't try to push my politics. I don't try to put my ideas, my ideology. I don't try to push anything on anybody. But what I do, what I do, that's such a weird way to say shit, What I do is I try to live the best version of myself. I try to always be honest. I'm always honest. I never lie. I try to be genuine. I try to be helpful. I try to be someone that earns respect from the people around me. If a friend or someone in my neighborhood, in my town, my family, if anyone needs my help, I try to be helpful. Because at some point, they're going to be like, that Matt guy, like, he has some crazy ass ideas. But, like, he's living the best version of himself. He's, like, actually pretty honest. He's really helpful. He goes out of his way to help me. Maybe there's something to the way he thinks. Because I'm kind of miserable. I'm kind of unhappy. I don't understand. I feel like I'm getting lied to. He seems to know. And people come and ask, hey, Matt, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? I don't try to force it on anybody. I don't force any of you guys to watch me or listen to me talk. I just do it. And if people find you, they will find you. And I think that's how life should be. I feel like that's how people are their best. Is when you live the best version of yourself, then people naturally gravitate towards that. If the United States, instead of forcing their views, their ideology, their politics, their if they stopped forcing it on everybody else, the United States focused on making the United States better, making the population better, making the citizens happier. If they did the right thing, then the rest of the world would be like, huh, you know that United States way of doing life? Like, that must work, because look how happy everyone is. Look how well they're living. Maybe we should be like them. Isn't that how it's supposed to be? Remember, there was this idea of like, oh, United States, be the light on the lighthouse on the hill. What happened to that? Now we just go around forcing people to believe what we believe. And people are like, no, I don't know about that. It's really authoritarian. What about just living your best life, taking care of the people around you, taking care of your population, and don't worry about everyone else, because everyone else will follow if what you're doing is working. That's how it used to be. That's how it's supposed to be. I think that's how it's supposed to be. There's a place in South Germany called Worms, Germany, Palatine. Find out. Huh. Happy Friday, everybody. It is now Saturday morning for me. I hope you guys have a great day. We've been doing this more and more. There is if you want to support me and support what I do have a Patreon, Free Matt Kim, if you want to go check that out. Appreciate it. If there is, if you watch the podcast regularly and you want to go to watch the clips because you don't watch the whole thing, we moved it all to a clips channel. So it's Matt Kim Clips. You can definitely go check that out. All the clips are going to start moving over there. And yeah. And we've been doing the stream at least once a week. Turn on your notifications. We don't have an official schedule and time we do it. But typically we've been doing it Friday nights. And we do it maybe one other day in the week. So we're doing the streams. And we are doing the podcast. And mixing it up a little bit. Spending more time online these days. So, thank you, everybody. Love you guys. Be safe. Think for yourself. Be critical. And yeah, just know that in this crazy world, you're not alone. Thank you, everybody.